up everyone? Today we are here in the Maldives on a vacation. Now, going to the Maldives has always been one of my bucket list items that I have always wanted to do, but never thought I could afford to do it. Today I have finally figured out a way to actually go on the Maldives vacation without breaking the bank. And actually, this vacation was cheaper than our normal Hawaii vacations. So today, I'm gonna share everything that we spent, including the airfare, the transfer, the hotel, the food, the excursions. So keep on watching. What is up, everyone? It's Everyday Jan. My channel is all about wealth, health, and how to make every day yours. And going on vacation every once in a while is a huge part of that. So if you're new here, hit that subscribe button for more videos. Spoiler alert, this was not a completely free vacation. We still spent a decent amount after adding everything up, and I'm gonna be sharing all of that with you today. Starting with airfare, the cost of airfare is going to vary just depending on where you're flying from. If you're flying from the United States, you are literally flying all the way across the world, so it can be a little bit pricey. That being said, there are no non-stop flights that I'm aware of that go from California to the Maldives, so you're probably going to have to transfer somewhere. Usually the airlines you're probably going to be taking is either Qatar or Emirates. But for us, we were already in Singapore because my cousin was getting married in Singapore, and so it was only a 5-hour flight to get from Singapore to Maldives. We were also flying Singapore Airlines, and if you didn't know, Singapore Airlines is one of the best airlines in the entire world, and they're super well known for their amazing customer service, food, and entertainment, and overall the entire experience was awesome. So we ended up booking 2 economy flight tickets on Singapore Airlines. We did get the emergency exit row for the extra leg room, and so total, including the extra leg room, it costed us 1,700 United States dollars, which I think was pretty good. Now, the other thing to note when you are flying to the Maldives is that the Maldives is a whole bunch of different islands. So when you land from an international airport, you're first landing on the main island, which is called Malé, and then you have to take a transfer either through a seaplane or a speedboat to your separate private island resort. And the super cool thing is that the hotels are its own island. So for example, we are staying at the W Maldives. The entire island is the hotel. So the only people that are here are either hotel guests or hotel employees, and it makes me feel super safe as well. Now, another thing to keep in mind is that because you're transferring from the main island to your hotel, you do have to pay an additional transfer fee. For us at the W Maldives, it costs $595 per person. On top of that, there's tax, so that costed a total of $1,125 for the transfer round trip. Now, when I was doing my research, I did see that different hotels had different costs for this, so definitely pay attention to that, because I saw some hotels that were like $1,000 per person, which if you have a whole family of people, that can be very expensive. Seaplanes only operate from 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. So that means if your flight lands past 3:30 p.m., you're going to likely have to stay on the main island and then take the seaplane transfer the next day. And that's something I definitely didn't want to have to do, because then we would just be wasting time on the main island, not enjoying our resort, not enjoying the snorkeling and everything like that. So just keep that in mind when you're booking your flight. Now, there are a bunch of different hotels at the Maldives, and when you are first looking at where to stay, it can be a little bit overwhelming. I mean, there are just so many hotel options. And so it really comes down to what your priorities are and how much you're willing to spend. We specifically decided to choose the W Maldives because they are very well known for having excellent house reef. And my husband, Everyday Chris, he loves marine life. He loves snorkeling, seeing turtles, sharks, fish, everything, you name it. And you know what they say, happy husband, happy life. And so that's why we chose the W Maldives, and it did not disappoint. So how much did it actually cost us to stay at the W Hotel? Well, it was actually free. Actually, we spent $417,500 Marriott Bonvoy Point. Now, as a background, we have Chase cards, and Chase points transfer to Marriott Bonvoy points in a one-to-one fashion. So if you have 200,000 Chase points, that becomes 200,000 Marriott points. Also, at the time when we were transferring Chase points over to the Marriott points, they were having a special deal where they were giving an additional 50% bonus transfer in points. So when we transferred 200,000 Chase points over to Marriott, that ended up becoming 3,075,000 points. And that is a lot of points. So that was a special deal at the time, but after doing my research, I know that they do have these deals every once in a while. So just keep an eye out on that if you are going to be transferring points. And I know what you're thinking, that is a lot of points. However, the easiest way to accumulate a lot of points very quickly is taking advantage of these sign-on bonuses. So for example, if you sign up for like a Chase Sapphire Preferred or Reserve card, and if you spend 3,000 or 4,000 in the first 3 months, then you can be eligible to receive usually anywhere from 60,000 to 90,000 points, depending on when you sign up for that card. So we have a Chase Sapphire Reserve card, so we got bonus points for that. And both myself and Everyday Chris, we have our own businesses, so we got a separate business credit card, and with that, we also got sign up points. So that's how we were able to accumulate points pretty quickly. I know you're thinking that's probably a lot of credit cards, but if you do have a business, you are going to want a separate business credit card anyways, so you can keep your personal and business expenses separate. We also opened a business Marriott Bonvoy card, and so that gave us an additional 125,000 sign-on bonus points. And in addition, it also gave us a gold Marriott status, which ended up playing a key role for us in our stay, which I'll talk a little bit more about later. The beauty about the Chase points is that you are allowed to combine your Chase points and also give your Chase points to another family member. So I ended up giving my personal Chase points over to my husband, and then he was able to transfer his points to the Marriott points, so that way we were able to book the entire stay on points. It is a little bit complicated and an extra step, but we were able to call one of the Chase representatives and they were able to help us out with that, no problem. If you are booking with Marriott Bonvoy points, if you book 4 nights, you get the 5th night for free. So that's why we ended up staying 5 nights. So how much would it actually cost if we did not book with points? If we were to book the same exact stay for 5 nights at the W Maldives hotel, it would have costed us 7,164 United States dollars, including taxes, fees, and it also includes a daily breakfast buffet. For some reason, when you're booking with points, you're not allowed to include the breakfast and pay for it with points, but when you are paying with cash, you are able to. And that brings us on to our next point, which is food. The daily breakfast buffet costs $57 per adult per day, or $28 if you are a child. And so if the 2 of us were to eat breakfast for 5 days, that would have costed us $574 in total. Now, usually if you are Marriott, Titanium, or Platinum, or higher status, you get the breakfast buffet for free. With our Marriott credit card that we signed up for, we got the gold status, and usually that doesn't come with any free breakfast. However, they were able to upgrade us and give us something called the golden ticket. So they gave us breakfast buffet for free for the entire stay, which is something I was super excited about. Now, when it comes to the food packages, there are 2 other options. There's a half board and also a full board. The half board includes a breakfast buffet as well as a 3-course dinner, and that costs $261 per adult, or $130 per child. Or if you want to eat a lot and you want daily breakfast buffet and a 3-course lunch and a 3-course dinner, that costs $357 per adult per day, or $178 per child per day. And so that can be extremely expensive. The other option is that you can just buy food a la carte, which is what we ended up doing beyond the daily breakfast. So for us, the daily breakfast buffet was free, and we ended up eating 1 dinner at the resort that costed $100, and we also got a lunch on one of our excursions that included a meal. And so total for food, we ended up spending $100. That being said, I think that is on a very low end. When you are coming to the Maldives and you're coming to one of these private island resorts, you don't have any food options, you just have what the hotel has to offer. And so, as you probably know, hotel food is not cheap. And I knew that beforehand, so we ended up packing a lot of other food. We packed some cup ramen, a lot of snacks from Singapore, but that ended up saving us a good amount of money. That being said, I want to be completely transparent with you guys. I'm guessing it probably costs around $100 to $200 per person per day for food, sometimes even more, just depending on what you're buying. So now let's talk about the excursions. This is definitely optional, so you do not have to do these excursions if you don't want to. However, for us, going to the Maldives is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and we really wanted to make the most out of it, so we were willing to spend on the excursions. We ended up doing 3 excursions on our stay. The first one was the Manta Ray excursion, and so that one at base costs $200 per person, but when you add everything up, including the service charge, the taxes, and the tip, it costed $530 for 2 people. The second excursion that we did was the whale shark excursion, and that one for 2 people cost $1,168 after adding all the tip, tax, and the service rate. Unfortunately, we did not see any whale sharks. They did tell us ahead of time that there was a 50% chance of seeing the whale sharks. However, we had to at least try because we came all the way over here to the Maldives. The third excursion that we did was the private island excursion to Gatafuki. So we had the entire island to ourselves. They also served a 3-course lunch, and so the cost for that was $977 for 2 people. And so total for all 3 excursions, we ended up spending $2,675. Again, that is absolutely optional. You do not have to spend that money, but for us, we were coming all the way over here. I don't know when we'll ever be back here, and so we were willing to spend the Skrilla on that. So overall, let me just summarize what all of our costs were. Starting with the airfare, that was $1,697. And for the seaplane transfer, it costed us $1,125 for 2 people. The hotel, which is an over-the-water bungalow, was completely free, and we spent 417,500 Marriott Bonvoy points. For food, we spent $0 on the daily breakfast buffet, and we spent $100 on dinner. So total for what I would call are the mandatory costs is $2,291, which I think is a really good deal. And if we add on the excursions, which was $2,675, we come out to a total of $5,596 US. I mean, that is shockingly amazing to me. $5,596 for an entire over-the-water bungalow experience at the Maldives. That is crazy. I mean, our stays at Hawaii in Maui cost at least $6,000. So this being $5,591, that is a really good deal to me. I thought that a Maldives stay vacation would be $10,000. Again, I think we are a pretty special case for our vacation being that inexpensive because we did get the golden ticket because we are Marriott Gold members, and so we got a free upgraded breakfast. And probably most people are going to spend more money on food, so you're probably going to have to spend a little more than we did. Also, we are flying from Singapore, so we didn't have to fly all the way across the world. So I'm guessing probably if you're coming from the United States, your flight might be more expensive. There are definitely ways to book on points for your flight, but I'll save that for another video. Also, Everyday Chris is making an entire vlog of our stay at the W Maldives, including everything from the room tour to the seaplane to all of our excursions, seeing the manta rays, all of that. So don't forget to check that out on the Everyday Chris YouTube channel. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. Let me know in the comments below if you are going to the Maldives anytime soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on our next adventure. Bye for now.